Hi guys, welcome back to another Roblox video, where today I'm going to be reviewing all the red dot sites for guns and Phantom Forces, and I want to show you the best one to use, because a lot of people say it's the Reflex when I actually don't think it is. So let's start off with the Z point, because that's the first one you'll unlock. So the Z point, it's a red dot sight. There's not much more about it, other than it has thick sides to narrow your view at range. In case there's people walking, where say the sides are, you want to be able to see them because of how thick they are. But other than that, it works well. There's nothing really that bad about it, and you get it at only 10 kills. And then the Echo Tech, this is the second dot you unlock. It is like the Z point, but a square. So that's, I guess if you like squares better than circles. Oh well, I guess yeah, you also get this, you get a circle around the circle, so you could kind of narrow down where you're gonna shoot like that. So it's better than the Z point. Then the Delta sight is really good, but it's not the best. Oh wait, oh yeah, I'm gonna be rating these out of 10. So Z point is probably a 7 out of 10, just because it's so easy to get and it works. Echo Tech, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Delta sight, I would give this an 8 out of 10. And let's see what this could do. So as you can see, it's very thin sides, and it has a nice, it's not as focused, which kind of makes it better at shooting with automatics. So I like the Delta sight. It's nice, and it's easy to get. You don't even need 100 kills to use it. The Mars, on the other hand, it sucks as an actual red dot sight. Oh my gosh, it's like the worst Z point. But if you use it in alternating with some of the LMGs, it becomes like a dollar store AMT Terminator. So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10, just cause it's a really cheap AMT Terminator. And yeah, this gun doesn't. Oh wait, this gun does have a hip fire. Oh yeah, so you can see what I mean. It's really good at being an AMT. So I like the Mars. The Echo Tech 552 is basically the normal Echo Tech, only with a less complicated red dot and a bit more bulky. Now, I still don't like it that much, but it works. You won't really have any trouble. I would give this a 5 out of 10 because it's unnecessary if you already have the first Echo Tech. The mini sight. Alright, this is weird because it's like the Delta sight, right? But with a thick top and a circle as a thing instead of a triangle. Now I like the mini sight. Alright, it's just I don't like that top. It's so weird, but it works really well. You will have a lot of good accuracy with this. I just don't like the design of it that much. So I'd give this probably an 8.5 out of 10, because it's kind of wonky. I don't like it. The field of view isn't even that big either. Comp aim point. Alright, this is kind of weird, because it's meant for DMRs more than autos in my opinion. You can put it on autos, but it's just too much zoom. So I would put this on a DMR. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Oh yeah, and give this probably a 4 out of 10, because it's only really useful for one class. But other than that, it's really good at zooming. Alright, I don't know if this counts as a red dot sight, but I'll count it anyways because it has good, because it's basically okay. I'd give this one a 6 out of 10 because one, you have this, which is basically the better DMR scope. 2, you could hip fire it, which is pretty good. And 3, you have a nice iron sight in case you're using it on an auto, so it's good. PKA. Okay, this is basically the DMR version of the reflex sight. So it's like a reflex sight, only for DMRs. But you can also super zoom with this, which I find really cool and useful. Like, that could probably be used on the WAT 2000 or something. So that's a nice scope. This one is a red dot sight, surprisingly, and it's just so complicated. Oh wait, no, the last one I meant to rate it. I'd give it a probably like a 6 out of 10 because it has that zoom ability. Anyways, this one, I don't like it that much. It's really complicated to look at. Like, you're kind of looking at all those numbers and whatever, instead of the actual red dot most of the time. And it's not good for autos, so I wouldn't use it. I'd give this a 3 out of 10. This PKA, whatever. It's basically like the comp aim point, but with a circle around it. I don't know how useful that is. Like, because as you can see, the circle doesn't really contain the spread of this gun. So I'd give this like a 5 out of 10 because it's good for like DMRs, where you could just like tap fire like that. Anyways, it's pretty good, but not good. Oh yeah, I'm skipping this because it's a sniper scope. Okay, reflex sight, I'd give this one like 5 out of 10. It's basically a Z-point but with thinner walls and a fatter bottom. It's pretty bad. I don't know why everyone likes it. I just don't like it. It's not really good. Anyways, moving on. Cobra sight. I actually like the Cobra sight, alright? I just keep forgetting about it, and everyone else seems to forget about it too, because I never see anyone use it. But if you use it, good for you. This sight is really, it's really nice. Like, I like it. It just feels nice to use, and like, you can be fairly accurate with it. And, I just don't like how like long it is. See how it's kind of long. It just, but other than that, it's perfect. I'd give that one a 8 out of 10. Actually, 9 out of 10. It's good. Coyote sight, alright. This one is really good. Probably my second favorite red dot sight. It's like amazing. It's because like it has a thin border, right? So you could see anyone that's like walking basically all the time, and then it has a wide lens, so like you look at that range. You could see, I could see all 3 of those towers over there, and I'd give this 9.5 out of 10. Really good. A cog scope. Alright, this is really good for DMRs. And maybe snipers, but mostly DMRs. I'll put this in semi to show you, because a DMR shoots like that. And yeah, it's pretty good. But you should not use this in auto, because then stuff like this happens. And that's bad, because you cannot see anything. Like, I mean you can, but it's awful. It's not worth it. So I'd give this one a 7 out of 10, because it's good for DMRs but terrible for Actually, it's probably like one of the best for DMRs, but terrible for autos. Anyways, Pillard 3 is basically like the Cobra, but a circle. So if you like circles more than 3 lines, then this is the site for you. I don't really like it that much, so I'll give this a 5 out of 10. But it gets the job done. Trying to find another red dots. Alright, the Vastra Electro. This is my favorite scope red dot sight in the game, not my favorite scope and I'll tell you why. It's like the Crovus, right? You get that nice thin rims on the holding the lens, and then you get this nice wide lens, and you get that nice little red dot in the middle, but it's outlined in a nice little circle. So you could shoot it like so, and it's fairly accurate, and like it's really good. I just like the feel of it. I'd give this a 10 out of 10. It is probably the best sight in the game for red dot and autos and whatnot. But the only downside to it is that you need to get 750 kills or something to unlock it, which isn't the worst task in the world, but it's not really the best. Anyways, the OKP7 is like it's like weird. It's basically like a comp aim point, right? But then you have like this weird looking triangle thing. I like this. I'd give this like a 9 out of 10 as well. It's just weird, but as you can see, there's no bottom to it, so that really helps. Like, look at that. You could see so much with this scope. And I don't even know how it's standing upright. I think it's like that thing in the middle. But wow, this scope is amazing. I like it. And it's just really hard to get, and well, I don't know. So yeah, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. It's really nice. Alright, this DDHV reflex is like also another 9 out of 10. And I'm not just saying these because they're high up there, I'm saying because they're actually like, really good. This is basically just a comp aim point, but with a cross in the middle instead of a circle. So if you like crosses better than circles, then this is a scope for you. But I like the OKP7 better because, as you can see, there's no bottom on the OKP7 and there's a bottom on this, so that kind of limits you. Anyways, onto the DCL-120. I'm sure a lot of you know this. And I'd give this like a 9.5 out of 10. I have 2 problems with it. One, it slowers your walking speed, which isn't the worst in the world because then you could just run around with a melee or something. But 2, it's really big. Like, when you're running with it, it's taking up a lot of space on your screen. But other than that, it's really good. Like, just look at that. It's so easy to hit shots with this thing. Like, you won't have trouble at all. It's just easy to use. I even use this on my X95R. It's really good. Use it here. It gets the job done. Alright, where were we? This isn't really a red dot, is it? It's kind of just a scope. That's it. This is a red dot, yeah, sure. Alright, this is a Nicog scope, but worse because it has a circle, so... But then again, you can just scope in like that. I'd give this a 5 out of 10. Really good for DMRs once again. You know the deal by now. It's just there. I wouldn't use it though, it's really hard to get, and when the ACOG exists, you might as well use that instead. Is there any more red dot sets? This is a red dot site, and it's awful. I actually hate the scope. disgusting. I don't think anyone should use it. I would give this a 1 out of 10. It is, like, you cannot see anything in, like, a mile radius because of this fat rubber thing. Then again, you can scope in like that with it to turn it into a normal scope, but then you have no, like, real way of interpreting, like, how to cope with the bullet drop unless you, like, memorize your gun. So I'd give this a fat 1 out of 10 because it's disgusting. VCOG 8 times scope. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the VCOG 6 times scope. I'll get to that after this. I'll just cut this part out of the voting. Alright, so this is the VCOG 8 times scope. It's really good for snipers. Yes, snipers. But it could be used as DMRs too. But it also has this little fun ability, which is kind of like gets in your way, so I would use it like this. Unless it's like close quarters, then I'd use it like that. But this is a sniper scope, and you can't tell me otherwise. Like, it's awful for autos, pretty okay for DMRs, but perfect for snipers. I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10 because it's probably like one of the best sniper scopes out there, and I like snipers. Anyways, on to the next one. The Plague red dot sight. It's weird. I don't really like it. Can't really do anything. I mean, yeah, you could get it into the zero zoom mode, but really, would you rather use this zero zoom or the DCL zero zoom? I guess it's all up to you. I mean, this is pretty cool, I guess, but you can also use it as a red dot sight. But it's awful because it has a ton of zoom, so this could also be a sniper sight. And I also like how they gave it a little beetle with those wings holding up the scope. That's pretty cool. So it looks good. It's versatile if you don't mind this. I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10. Just cause like you could use it on almost anything. You really won't struggle that much. Alright, is that all the red dots that I've done except for the VCOG 6 times? I think it is. I am sorry if I forgot any. Oh wait, this is a red dot too. Well, technically, because it has like print on it, it's a different color. Once again, sniper or DMR scope. Terrible for autos. You should not use it on autos. If you are using it on autos, I don't get it. It's okay. It's not really the best sniper scope. I used to use it on my SFG 50, but then I found better options. So I'd give this like, oh, I don't know, 5.5 out of 10. Just like a little bit over okay. It's alright, VCOG 6 times scope, basically the cheap version of the VCOG 8 times scope. You really can't tell a difference unless you like absolutely need that extra zoom, but that doesn't really matter. It's only 2 times, like almost, yeah, it's only like a bit better, not even doubling the zoom. Okay, I can't climb this rope. Alright, this is okay. I wouldn't really use it. It's alright, but it's not good because it's only really good for long range sniping, I guess, because you have like that indicator there. But even at the end, it's kind of a gap between like 6 and 8. It's not really good. So I'd give this a 6 out of 10. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video on the best red dot sight. So the best ones in the end are probably this Vascara Electro. I can't speak this morning. And it's really good. Like, I don't know. I like it. I wouldn't use it, like, I wouldn't use this on, like a BFG 50 or whatever, but on like an auto, oh my gosh, I would use it on almost any auto. Except maybe the VSS Ventoris, but that's not really an auto, is it? So I like it. It's probably the best that exists. You can hit some pretty nice shots with this if you're good enough. And then second up we have the OKP7, because it again has no bottom, which is super useful. Like, it is incredibly useful that it has no bottom. Like, I could see people walking if I'm shooting someone up here. That is insanely good. It's just second because I don't like the print on the scope. But if I like the print, it would definitely be first. And then for third place, I'm putting the Z Point. Alright. Now I know it's a terrible red dot sight, but it's really easy to get and it works. So that's third place. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. And stay indoors, I guess.